It's I remember when the fucking when the mandates were happening, right? Like in Canada and like around the US, motherfuckers started putting the Holocaust star on them, right? Like the little Star of David, the identifier. And I
Yeah.
was like, guys, okay, you're not
Yep.
allowed to go into a Starbucks without a mask. I think it's a bit fucking different
Yeah,
than
a little bit
1930s
naive.
Nazi.
I'll admit I'm anti-vaccine mandate, right? I'm fine
Yeah.
with people getting the vaccines as long as it's by choice, right? But when they started doing that Star of David shit, I was like, nah, that's
Well,
come on now,
it
that's
takes
a
away
bit
like
too much.
yeah, because even when I talk to like friends who like I have like one friend that's against the mandates really hard. Like I remember when the trucker convoy was happening, Facebook was just filled with that. You know, it was like the fucking disagreements and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it because I was like, I'm not into fighting politically about this shit. It's whatever. But you know, this is the kind of person who's like they were very much like a scientific person. They got every vaccine. They were just like, I don't want to be forced something, right? And initially, right, like when you hear it, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Somebody doesn't want to get forced to, right? Like I choose to go get it because it's I have to fly back and forth and whatever. It's not the biggest deal for me. But I saw that, and then immediately his comment section was filled with like the most insane amounts of like crazy Facebook level fucking conspiracy theories you could ever read about it, right? Like the depopulation by like it was fucking Jesus. Like Tara, you might have to cut that out because like that's a straight
Honestly,
up
yeah.
fucking keyword for the video.
Yeah,
But
depopulation.
yeah, like I saw that and I was like, man, okay, like your whole point just got flooded with like fucking dumbasses, and now you kind of look like a proxy dumbass just by like making your one statement. That's what the whole reason I didn't jump into it because like when I saw the whole like Twitter thing and people were just showing like the stars and like you know they were like really like I was like, dude, okay, we're pushing it to the point where you're making your whole movement look fucking stupid.
Yeah,
But
it's not
you know.
not super oppressive, but you know.
No, you know, it's like we understand your point. You know, you don't have to compare it to a fucking tragedy all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Like, chill
it's
out.
certainly inconvenient.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
very
not deny
inconvenient.
that fact.
I mean, it's inconvenient because I know I have to get like I'm going to Los Angeles in like 2 weeks for the whole like VidCon shit, but like I have to get fucking my nose swabbed and everything. And this is the most inconvenient thing. So you pay for your whole fucking flight, right? You're all ready to go. Your Airbnb's done. Everything's good. You've done the financially fucked part. Now when you go to fly, you're like, oh man, I hope I don't test fucking positive. Hope I don't test. It feels like that 15 minutes feels like she's about to like the receptionist is about to like tell you your whole plan is fucked. You know what I mean? Like within like
They have
15
so much power in their
yeah,
fingertips.
exactly. And you know, back in the day, it was like fucking people could. Back in the day, motherfuckers would take their result, even if they were positive. They would go into the fucking photocopier. They would just like change it to negative and be done with it. But now they take your fucking passport information, take your driver's license and everything. I'm like, shit, they're catching on, dude. We're not getting away from any of it. But I don't know. Hopefully, it's most people are like getting rid of it. Canada doesn't require you to get fucking anally checked anymore to come in. I don't know. It's
That's good.
it is kind. It's still a fucking mess, dude. You still
Brother,
gotta like.
being in Texas, there's not a nothing changed. Nothing changed.
Dude, when I was in Texas, like in Houston, I was surprised, man. I was like, you're talking about me coming from Toronto, where like you don't see anybody without a mask, and then you go down to Texas, and they're like, masks. What's that about, brother? We don't believe in that shit.
What the hell?
Totally
Man,
different.
so you don't believe in rights?
Yeah.
Even when I was in like Los Angeles, so they did like the fucking vaccine passport checking. Dude, every bar was like, "Do you have your vax passport?" And they were like, looked inside. Oh, there's only like 3 people. Yeah, no, we don't really get. We trust you. Come on in, buddy. Drink up. I was like, okay, that's what you're doing. Sure.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the amount of effort I'm seeing. Canada, though, they were fucking assholes about it. Like, I went to a restaurant. Like, okay, this is what I don't get. So you go to a fucking restaurant, right? Like, you've been there like 15 fucking times. Okay? First time I get it, you have to check my passport. Why the fuck are you hassling me the 10 fucking times I'm coming afterwards? You're the same person. I showed you the fucking receipt before. Why are you telling me to go back home and pick up whatever? Fuck out of here. I don't know.
Yeah, you get looked at real funny if you wear a mask, especially now. Because like I don't know the last time I've seen one. To be honest, I couldn't tell you the last time.
I've seen it on an airplane. That's it.
Yeah, I bet like I moved from like the Dallas area to like in the middle of fucking nowhere. And as soon as I did that, it's just like totally there's just a different world. There's just nobody knows. you know,
See,
people get really scared every couple months when there's a new variant, and they're like, "Oh shit!" But nobody,
realized-
they just keep going about their regular day.
You
Nobody
can take
fucking
the
I
cares.
never had that. I never wore a mask. I never wore a mask like at all. Like I got confronted about it once, and I just said no. And the guy, it was a ticket man on the
Did
train.
you just give them your
He says-
medical like fucking?
No, that was the thing. Is I was like, I'm not going to be a bitch and go, oh, I have anxiety, but I just said no. I'm not wearing the mask. The next stop, my stop was next anyway. So even if he threw me out, he was throwing me out at my stop. But I never wore masks. The only times I did, right, is when me and my wife were going for fertility treatment, or I went into a hospital. I'd be like, all right, I'm going into a hospital. I'll put a fucking mask on. Right, that's fine. But anywhere else, I didn't wear one. I mean, I caught COVID, obviously, but I was fine.
I wore
Even though
one.
I smoked 40 a day.
I wore one a lot, and I don't like getting recognized. And that's like I also wore like big giant glasses and like a fake mustache too on the mask. So I tended to get recognized even more.
See, like when the whole
But I
mask
also got COVID 3 times and wore a mask every fucking time I went outside. Got COVID 3 times.
Maybe that fucking explains why Texans should have worn something if you're getting it 3
Jesus.
fucking times.
No, bro. Everyone I know has had it like 5 fucking times. I'm the outlier. And by the way, the first time wasn't bad. Lost my sense of taste. Second time, didn't even know I had it. Tested positive. Third time, felt like somebody slapped me, and that's it.
Do you want to know?
And
Do
that
you
was
know
it.
when
I mean,
do you want to
very
know when
grateful.
I got COVID? When the first time?
What
You know
happened?
when I got it? 1 week
you
when I
went
flew
to
back
Texas?
from Texas. Yeah, 1 week.
Yeah, no shit. No shit, dude.
Like I
You
came
want to
back.
come to Texas.
I came back home and I was like, I called on my dad. I'm like, Dad, dude, I don't feel that, good. Like, what happened? My dad's like, weren't you in Texas? And I was like, yeah. I was like, there you go. It's like, stay home. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, I don't even leave my house, and I still get it. I don't fucking understand.
Well, I had to, like, so when we went down there, right, I was like, fuck, man, I gotta go back to the fucking state. So here's the wild thing about Texas. And I just realized the last 15 minutes of this podcast are gonna get so clipped against us because
I was
sound,
thinking the
lot
same
of
thing.
wild
The whole time you're talking about the us, you're
Oh my
talking
God,
about
yeah.
masks, you're talking about protests, and I'm just like, okay, dude.
just do the Joe Rogan thing where it's like, I'm just asking questions, man. DMT, I'm just asking questions. But anyways,
You know,
like
I'm
fucking when I
a
was
classical liberal.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm classical. When you- That's such a Joe Rogan thing. Holy fuck, he's so transparent. But like, when I was down over there, like I was just nobody was wearing a mask, nobody was doing anything, nobody was checking shit. So I was like, man, I got to get tested before I get back in. So I know that it was Saturday. I spent 4 hours driving all around Houston looking for a fucking COVID test, bro. Like, this was the hardest test to find. I swear to God, it was easier to get a fucking, like, it was easier to, like, get tested for, like, something serious than this. I went to, like, 5 different clinics.
Easier to buy a gun.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. I went to a CVS. They're like, yeah, we have appointments, but you're not going to get one for, like, a week. I'm like, dude, I need a rapid, I need something to get tested. I went to, like, 5 or 6 others. Didn't have anything. I went to a 7-Eleven. Dude, there was a fucking homeless dude outside the 7-Eleven with a sign that said free COVID tests. I was like, there ain't no fucking
That's
way.
awesome, bro.
I'm like, there ain't no fucking. I'm like I looked at him first, and then I was like, there ain't no way this is happening. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, if I can't find anything, this might be the
Free
recourse.
COVID tests.
So like,
Just
so I went to
suck
this. So I went to this like red light district of town. I swear to God, it was like fucking. It was just like dead. Like there was no car but mine, and there was like this one tent, and like this lady comes out, and she's like $40, and I was like, okay, here's $40. She like swabs my nose and sends it to a genetic laboratory. So the next day, I get the results, and I'm like, oh, please just be fucking positive. Please just be like negative, so I can fly home. The fucking genetic, like I go through the whole phone. Luckily, they tell me like I can go. And I don't know why every US company does this. It's like really shady, but like they always give you 2 results. It's like, don't use the first one. No. Don't use the first one. The first one is false. We'll send you the right one. The first one is always good enough to fly with. So even if you tested positive, those fucking assholes cleared you to go anyways. So I'm like, whatever. It's a
Yep.
Getting COVID tests in America is it's a different experience because I got a COVID test in America to fly back to Canada, and like I go to the airport and I show them like in the airport, this is my test. It says clearly a negative, And they're like, yeah, but the date says that you took it a month ago because they botched the date. They sent me the COVID test results to a test I took a month earlier instead of the ones that I took the day before.
That's why you go to a different
company.
company.
Missing my flight.
Dude, it happens, bro. I'm telling you.
Don't give me this. It happens.
Pfizer.
It's not an excuse.
Pfizer owns the tests. Pfizer owns the airlines.
Oh God, no!
It's all a big conspiracy. They want you to
Pfizer
fly no matter
president.
what. Yep, Pfizer bought Joe Biden. That's not Joe Biden. That's Pfizer.
That's Pfizer.
I love how people always
Bill
say
Gates
it's like
is filling everyone up with microchips to finally make Windows 11 fucking work.
He's filling everybody up with Zigbee chips, so we're all big old MIMO network talking to each other.
But my thing with
He's
all
trying
of
to
it
bring
is like,
MySpace back.